At least 19 districts of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal are likely to be affected by this extremely severe cyclonic storm called Fani, which will hit these areas anytime in the next few hours. Anytime after 8 o'clock, we're expecting that to happen. Power supply has already been cut off in Odisha. According to the latest forecast by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, Fani is the most severe cyclonic storm since the super cyclone of 1999 that devastated large parts of the state and killed as many as 10,000 people. Flights have been grounded, trains cancelled, and nearly 1 million people have already been evacuated to temporary shelters. This storm is moving, in fact, towards south of Puri, where it's exactly the location where it's likely to make landfall. Between Chandbali, that is where it's located, the landfall location. The kind of storm surge we're expecting is expected to be about 1.5 meters at the time of landfall. The wind speed could be 175 to 185, gusting to about 200 to 205 is what we're expecting, which means that this has been a Category 5 cyclone. At the time of landfall, just before it makes landfall, it's likely to lose some intensity, some strength. Let me also tell you that this storm has stayed at sea. This is the longest staying storm in Bay of Bengal. Usually a storm makes landfall within a week, less than a week in fact. And this one has stayed at sea for almost 9 to 10 days, which means it's very, very strong. The winds are very, very strong. The kind of rainfall we're talking about could be 20 to 25 centimeters in areas of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and then the storm is going to move towards West Bengal. That's expected tomorrow morning, and from there this storm will move towards Bangladesh and it's likely to reach Bangladesh by tomorrow evening. The areas that really need to watch out are the coastal belt of Odisha, especially areas of Ganjam, Gajapati and surrounding areas, along with parts of Andhra Pradesh, which includes Visakhapatnam, Vizianagaram as well as Srikakulam. In West Bengal, all areas, whether it's Hooghly, whether it's Kolkata, Howrah, all those areas need to be very watchful and careful. Now, once the system moves to West Bengal and then subsequently to Bangladesh, in between, it's also going to affect, that's on Saturday and Sunday, it's going to affect the northeastern states. All the northeastern states, especially Assam, Meghalaya as well as Arunachal Pradesh. Those areas are going to get affected by this storm. So we are expecting the kind of damage that we're expecting could be extensive along and off the coastline. The sea condition is phenomenal, which means that fishermen have been warned not to venture into the sea. The kind of damage we're expecting could be uprootment of trees, power supplies can be affected. Of course, we've seen that the power has been cut off in the state of Odisha. Adjoining areas need to be very, very careful. To get more details, let's go across to Uma Sudhir, who's reporting from the ground.
Yes, indeed. I'm here in Bhubaneswar, where, in fact, I'm on the highway going from Bhubaneswar towards Puri, where we are expecting landfall to happen just south of Puri. That's, of course, a tourist destination, and people certainly would be hoping that Lord Jagannath, the holy shrine of Lord Jagannath there, will be able to save them, because many people are, in fact, likening this to the 1999 super cyclone when over 9,000 people had, in fact, died. But as of now, the government here has taken huge measures. In fact, an unprecedented number of people, 1 million people, that's nearly 10 lakh people, have been shifted to cyclone relief centers. We are talking about 900 of them which are full-fledged centers, and thousands of others which have been converted. So you're talking about 5,000 odd cyclone shelters where people have been shifted, about 10 lakh people. Just in Ganjam district, 3 lakh people, and in Puri, about 1.3 lakh people have been shifted into cyclone relief centers. All night it was drizzling like this, and there has been a wind. Once in a while it gets very heavy, but as of now still gentle. Nowhere you can see people, because people are being very precautious because of the warnings that they have received over the last few hours, and they do know that this is not something that they can take chances with at all. The other important part is, yes, the NDRF, the state disaster relief, all of them are on standby for any eventuality that may happen. They do realize that in such a situation, electric poles, the trees, the houses, not just the thatched houses but even the pakka houses, which are a little structural stability may be in question, all of them have been asked to move out of those areas into these cyclone relief centers. or the makeshift centers that could be more safe for them. Already tourists have been told that in all those areas along the coast, all the hotels have to be vacated. So yesterday there were about a dozen buses that were deployed only for the tourists. There were buses that were put in place, even a special train that was organized to ensure that no tourists remain in that particular area, and at least about 1,000 or 1,200 buses were deployed in order to move the people away. When there is a period of storm, usually it's very difficult to convince people to move away because these areas have seen cyclones like Phylan also. Even Titli had an effect here, and therefore they could think that they would be able to deal with it. But a cyclone of this magnitude that some experts have described as close to a super typhoon could be as much as a category 5 with a wind speed of 200 kilometers per hour. That is going to be something very, very unprecedented. Experts also telling us that just the eye of the storm would be about 24 kilometers. That, of course, could be the calm area. We are expecting landfall could happen anywhere from 8 o'clock and could go on till 12 o'clock as well, because the diameter of this is pretty big and it's in the outlying areas that the speed of the wind is going to be really, really huge. As you know, already Bhubaneswar airport has been closed since midnight last night. At least 100 trains have already been suspended, and people have been asked to stay at home and not move around anywhere, because anything could fly in your direction and that could cause a loss of life. And the government's target is really zero casualty, even if there is property loss. Back to you.